Okay, now we move on to 8.2, where we talk about measurements using the metric system. Now, the metric system, what makes it so much easier than the US system is that to convert, all you really are going to wind up doing is moving decimal points around, as you'll see here. So, first of all, let's get some things established. When we talk about length, in the metric system, there's a standard or basic unit called a meter. So everything is measured in terms of a meter when it comes to the length of something. And the symbol for that is lowercase m. When we talk about mass, the mass of something is measured in grams, and we use a lowercase g. And in terms of volume, we use the liter and use capital L. So those are your basic units. And then what we can do is we can convert within the metric system using this acronym, King Henry died unexpectedly drinking chocolate milk. You know, if you like it, use it. If not, just know that you're going to have this table available to you when you are taking your quizzes and tests, or I should say your tests. So the way this works is your basic unit starts in the middle. So you're either going to be talking about the length or meter, the weight or mass, gram, and then or the volume. So we have our standard unit, and then if we add to it deci in front of the word meter, like decimeter, then that's 0.10 or a tenth of a meter. A centimeter is 100th, a millimeter is 1,000, and we just add these letters to the front of the standard unit. We're going to do some examples. So the cool thing about this is that to convert, all you have to do is move your decimal point. So if we're going to go from our basic unit to a smaller unit, we move the decimal point to the right. If we're going to move to a bigger unit, we go to the left. The best way to see this is just to do an example. So let's start out with this first example, 2.4 meters, and we want to know how many centimeters that is. So let me go back up to the table. If we had 2.4 meters, that meters is our basic unit, and we want to convert to centimeters, then we need to move 2 places. Oh, whoa, what the heck? We need to move 2 places to the right to get to centimeters. So that means all we're going to do is move our decimal point 2 places to the right. So 240 centimeters. So that decimal point right there is going to go 2 places to the right, and since there's nothing behind the 4, we put a 0, and that's where we put our decimal point. So 240 centimeters. That's super simple, and that's what makes the metric system so nice to work with. Let's look at this next one, 1450 milligrams over to hectograms. So let's go back up to the table, 1450 milligrams. So milligrams, milli is here. I already forgot. 1450. Okay, so 1450 milligrams, and we want to convert that to hectograms. So we're going to be wanting to move over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces. So all we do is take the decimal point, which is here, and we move it to the left 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We place it here, and we place a 0 there. So that'll be 0.0145 hectograms. And that's it. It's just moving the decimal point. That's it. Very nice. Okay, let's do this one. 0.52 liters to milliliters. 0.52 liters to milliliters. So liter is the basic unit, so 0.52 liters, and we want to go over here to milliliters. So we're trying to go from here to here, so that's going to be 1, 2, 3. So we're going to move the decimal point to the right, 1, 2, 3. It's going to be 520 milliliters, like that. And the last one, 3328. So when you look at DM, notice here, there's 2 D's here. There's deci and there's deca. So for deci, you just put a D in front of it. If it's deca, you put DK or DA in front of it. So what we're looking at here is DM, this is decimeter, and we want to go to kilometer. So 3328 decimeters, and we want to go to kilometers, which means we got to go 1, 2, 3, 4 places to the left. So we take our decimal point 1, 2, 3, 4 places to the left, so it's going to be 0.3328 kilometers. Super easy to convert. So we don't see with the US system you got to go from like inches to feet, feet to miles. This is just, you're just talking about, you know, the unit or milli or centi or kilo, and very easy to move around. So here's some group work for you. And for the group work, I will give you an opportunity to do those on your own. And you can pause the video now. And I think this time I'm just going to kind of work through these. So liters to kilo is what we're doing on this first one. So liters to kilo, we're going to go 1, 2, 3 places to the left. So I'm going to just take this decimal point 1, 2, 3 to the left. That's going to give me 0.00813. Okay, this is deca because it has DA. Decameters to decimeters. So deca from here, deca to deci, 1, 2, 2 places to the right. So I just need to move that 2 places to the right. So 4, 5, 6, 0. Okay, 12,802 milligrams to hectograms. So I'm going from milligrams to hectograms. So I'm going from milli to hecti. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 places to the left. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's just going to become 0.12802. And then here, 19 grams to centigrams. So gram to centigram. Gram is the basic unit. So gram to centi, 2 to the right. So just 2 to the right. So I'm just going to add 2 zeros behind that. And that's it. Okay, so this is a little side note here. Not side note, a little additional information. When measuring volume, a unit often used when measuring dosages of medicine is a cubic centimeter or cc, which is 2 squared centimeters. The unit conversion you will need to know for this is this. So they're giving us this, that 1 milliliter is 1 cc. So what would 125 milliliters be? What we're going to do is the same thing we did earlier. In the previous section, we're going to write milliliters like that over 1. We want to convert that to cc's, so we're just going to put 1 milliliter on the bottom to get the milliliters to cancel, and 1 cc on the top. Milliliters cancel, and then multiply across the top, we get 125 cc's. So what happens, this is a group work problem, but I'll go ahead and work it myself. If we want to go 38 cc's, and we want to go to liters. So watch this. First, we know 1 cc, we can convert that and get rid of the cc's. 1 cc is 1 milliliter. So the cc's cancel, and we just get 38 milliliters. But they want the answer in liters. So how do we go from milliliters to liters? Go back up here, from milliliters to liters. 1, 2, 3. We go 3 decimals to the left. So we're going to take this answer, move our decimal 1, 2, 3. That'll put a 0 there, so we should get 0.038 liters. That's kind of 2 parts in 1 there. Okay, so just like we did in the previous section, we have to be careful when we have squared units, which has to do with areas. So how could we convert 30,000 millimeters squared? So I'm putting millimeters times millimeters over 1, and I need to convert that to square centimeters. So I'm going to need millimeters twice on the bottom, millimeters, millimeters, and then centimeters on top twice. And now, how many centimeters are in a millimeter? So here you got to go back up to this, and this will help you here. So if we have one, the way you look at this is that if you have a basic unit of 1, this next one is 1/10 of that. Okay, that's what 0.1 means. This is 1/100th. This is 1/1000th. So it's cutting this basic unit into smaller pieces. First cut it into a tenth, then cut each of one of those into 10, and that gives you 1/100th. Cut each of those into 10, you get 1/1000. So the question here becomes, what we're asking ourselves here is how many centimeters are in a millimeter? Well, remember, every time you move over one, right, if we want to go from centimeter to millimeter or back and forth, we're scaling by 10. So there should be, let me go back to the original unit. Like, let's say we have 1 liter. There's 10 of these deciliters. There's 10 deciliters in 1 liter. And then you could say from here to here that there is 1 deciliter is equal to 10 centiliters. And then from this last one, there's 1 centiliter is equal to 10 milliliters. So every time you move over, it's by a factor of 10. So when I'm here and I'm trying to figure out this, I can put that that 1 centimeter should be 10 millimeters, and that 1 centimeter is 10 millimeters. And so now all I have to do, cancel my units, multiply across the top, I get 30,000 divided by 10 times 10 is 100, and this is going to be centimeters squared. And so we get like 2 groups of 0 to cancel out. We get 300 square centimeters, like that. Okay, let's do this last one together. If I have 4.1 millimeter or meters squared, that's meters times meters over 1. I need my meters to cancel, and up here centimeters. Okay, so how are we going to figure out how many centimeters are in a meter? So we go back over here. We look at it this way. Remember, every time we go over to the right, we're just basically increasing by 10. So if we have 1 meter, okay, 1 meter would be 10 decimeters, and it would be 100 centimeters. So it would take 100 of these centimeters to make up a meter. And so that's what we need here. We know that for every meter, that's 100 centimeters. That's 100 centimeters for every meter. And now we multiply, cancel out our m's. We should have centimeters squared. And so we get 4 times 100, or 4.1 times 100 times 100. So we get 41,000 square centimeters. And that is it.